Coming up this week on Two Noobs. So the government is shut down, but that doesn't mean we can't still party. Send the bill to Chuck Schumer, care of the Capitol building. Next, John wants to beef on Philly sports media because they stink. How do they stink? Let us count the ways. 1 AJ, 2 AJ. Then, don't let AI be your travel planner. You might get stuck on top of a mountain with nowhere left to go. It's not a joke. That actually happened. Don't trust AI. And we conclude with blind rankings. Matt is in charge. Will he make us do something stupid in our rankings? You got to get through topics 1 to 3 to find out, or fast forward. Start the music.
There ain't nothing better to start your podcast with than seeing a gorilla eat a pepper.
I thought you were.
I'm actually here.
I thought you were videoing me from dinner last night.
Oh, love
You
it.
need to shave a little bit, John.
When you're hungry, that's what you do.
That's what you do. Yeah.
You munch on peppers?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna try something here.
Okay.
This was purchased for me.
Oh, look at that.
It's Orange sparkling beverage, and I was I'm like, oh, could this just be orange soda? That would be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it. There's only 4 grams of sugar in it.
Huh.
Yikes.
Which tells me this is going to be like flavored carbonated water. So we're going to give this a go, and if I vomit on camera,
Oh boy. Here we go. Here's to you.
it's not terrible.
Okay.
It's not like if you ever had flavored water where it tasted like when the vending machine is low on mix, so it's like someone squeezed a lemon into a cup of water, but without actually giving you all of it. You got like 2 drops.
Sounds about
It's
right.
just kind of
Yeah.
It's better than that. So
Interesting.
Perhaps I shall continue to drink it
There you go.
Nice.
on the program. But we are getting ready for Phillies Dodgers because look at us. Matt's not in red. Screw you. It doesn't matter. It's not red. It's red October. Red.
I got Matt's favorite.
Obviously,
guy online.
obviously, you're going damn blind over there, or you're not putting on your reading
you're
glasses.
hiding it. You're hiding it.
It's all right. It's okay. It's
It's-
called a
well,
professional look.
As Glenn said in his comment from last week's episode, you are just ultra MAGA. That's your problem. That's why you hate the Cowboys, apparently.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Thanks, Glenn. Love you.
But yes, Phillies Dodgers, you people have an advantage because the games have occurred already, but we are getting set for game 1 tonight in Philadelphia. Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers, the Tax Dodgers, excuse me, going against Christopher Sanchez, if I'm accurate.
That is correct.
For the Phils.
Yeah.
All right. What's your prediction? Besides pain.
Phillies in 4. Phillies in 4. That's my prediction.
I have absolutely no idea how they're going to win the series, but they're going to win the series.
That would be.
I try not to predict these guys. I just trust them to win.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Defending World Series champion, so it's not going to be an easy.
Not going to be
series,
easy.
for sure.
Mhm. Yep.
But we'll see. I'm hopeful. Phillies in 5. It's a
All right.
5-game series.
It is 5-game series. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but don't look. Well, look. They had been trending the wrong way every year, and that trend would have been this year to lose in the what was it, wild card?
Would have been the
round?
wild card round. Yeah. Yeah.
Would have been to lose the wild card round. They buyed their way out of that, so perhaps we're going to reverse the trend and go back the other direction.
Yeah. It's a good thing that we spent the money wisely, unlike some other team in the National League East who. Sorry. I know I'm drinking Fresco over here, but I mean, Excuse me.
Way to go, Cincinnati Reds.
Way to go, Cincinnati Reds.
Except you couldn't have just gotten one game out of LA so we could be tired.
Yeah, a little bit,
No.
but
No favors. Just like Greta on an empty boat.
right.
Yes, it
All
is.
right, let me introduce folks around the program. Over here, we've got Joking Around, John Tracy. Over on that side, we've got Mass Panic, Matt Craig. I in the middle, I am No Name Given Murray. So I have a question because, Matt, you are in a military family.
Yes, sir.
Just curious, your reaction to the Pete Hegseth summoning of the generals into one room, which didn't seem to me to actually be the greatest of ideas.
Yeah.
You know,
I was actually I should have
concentrating all your leadership in one area.
right. Yeah, in Quantico, it's kind of like, well, I mean, they're in a very secure location, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
And all that kind of stuff. But I should have thought of this. I should have texted my father to see what his reaction is. And I'll throw that in post. Actually, I'm going to talk to him tomorrow, so maybe to get his reaction, full reaction.
Nice.
He was not when he was nominated by Trump to be Secretary of War, whatever they're calling themselves now. My dad was against it. My dad was like, he's not qualified. He's just not qualified at all. But after that speech, I think he knows what he's doing. I still see Fox News host out of him, though. That's the
Right.
thing. I mean, that kind of a deal. But then again, we've also had Mark Milley in there, and Mark Milley is not exactly balls to the wall, great general. I'll just put it that way. He's probably more promoted by name recognition only than reputation, that kind of a deal. So we'll see. I saw clips of it. It was like, okay, you're reversing course of what happened under Biden. That was inevitable. I'm kind of glad it's being done. We need a strong military, all that kind of good stuff. We don't need to be experimenting and stuff and pulling it in, and something that everybody has universal respect for now is the United States military, and I think we want to keep it that way. And I don't think we need to make a joke out of it, that kind of a deal. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll make a comment down below in post production and what my dad says about it. So, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
I mean, I mean, to me personally, I want our military to be like the crew in Predator, where they're all freaking jacked
Oh yeah,
with gigantic biceps and
Oh, yeah.
6'4". I know that's not realistic, but I'm fine with the military's got to be. They certainly should have a base level of fitness.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
They need to be ready for combat because
Mhm.
that's what they're there for.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that's what this is all about, I'm all for it. I agree with you a little bit. I think he tends to be a little over the top and
Yeah.
perhaps takes things a little too far sometimes.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, I have no problem with him. The people in the military should be ready to fight.
Oh yeah,
There's, I think, a certain level of fitness you need to maintain, and if you don't meet that, and your generals should be reflective of that, right? I mean, why are you going to be motivated to stay in shape when your general is 300 pounds?
oh yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that has a trickle down effect and all that kind of good stuff. So,
Well, the funniest part about the whole thing was the people who were complaining about it. And it's like, oh, well, he's just doing this to get black people and women out of the military. And I'm like, you heard fat and lazy, and your immediate thought went to black people and women.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, huh? Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me
Right?
you're not racist by telling me you're racist.
Right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right. Why don't we get into our Dubby Energy Fun Fact brought to you by Dubby Energy Drinks. Visit them at the website dubby.gg or download the app to your phone with your finger. Use our promo code 2 Noobs Talking. That's TOONOO Talking. You get 10
10.
That looks like 10 to you guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm mirrored.
Or
Right? So 10%
Illuminati.
off your order.
Or they got Steve.
Right. Where was I? Okay. All right. So, who among us has not contemplated strolling through the yuzu orchard at one with the universe?
I was just there.
Frankly, I didn't even know such orchards existed. But no more for you.
I didn't
to
say it was
level
in physical form there, buddy.
John leaves his body, but you can leave your body and level up with the Yuzu Orchard Japanese bundle. You get a tub of yuzu energy flavor, Japan's famous citrus fruit, if you've never heard of it, which I hadn't. It's probably like a month ago. And you get an 18-ounce metal bottle with a Yuzu Orchard themed design as part of the package. You get $6.50 off the $65 bundle with our promotional code Too Noobs Talking.
All right.
Matt, I believe you have the fun fact.
Yes, sir.
Please.
I got 2 of them for you, actually. A double dose. How about that? Since we're offering a bundle,
All right,
what the hell?
I need to promote another Dubby drink.
Well, we got the bundle. They're getting a free.
Oh yeah, 2 for 1. Okay.
Yeah, 2 for 1. So
Good call.
it's Red October, gents. But of course, looking back on the regular season that was 2025, this was the first baseball season since 2005 that didn't have a no-hitter in it. For the first time in 20 years, there was no hitters. No hitters in the baseball season this year. The closest was an amazing game. It was Dodgers against the Orioles. Yobanushi, I probably mispronounced it. Sorry about that. Yamamoto. He was 1 out away from a no-hitter at Camden Yards when he gave up a solo homer, and they yank him, and they put Blake Trinan in, who then decided to proceed and cough up the game. Sign of things to come? We'll see. But the Orioles was 1 out away from being no hit, and they end up winning the game 4-3. And then, of course, on the Phillies side of things, Trey Turner's, of course, he was the National League batting champion, 304. Unfortunately, it was the second lowest in history for batting champion.
Really?
The lowest was when Carl Yastrzemski in 1968, he batted 301. So Turner batting 304, and was the only person that did it, was over 300.
So the batting champion has always been over 300?
Mm-hmm. But this is the lowest it's been since the 60s.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
it's only because
since the
Tony
60s.
Gwynn and it's only because Tony Gwynn and Rod Carew played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that was the thing. Every year with Tony Gwynn, he was flirting with 400 for like most of the season, and he would finish like 380 or something.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just an amazing hitter. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's your W Energy fun fact of the week. Times 2. How about that?
Times 2. All right, John, do you have a over 40 rant for us?
Yes, I'm going to continue on the last over 40 where I was bitching about buying Philadelphia sports products when now I'm going to the MLB.
Uh-oh.
I just moved back. I need a new wardrobe. Why can't these stores? Why is everything moved to a pro shop and I have to waste half a day just to get what I want? Back when I was younger, you would go to the store and you would get what you wanted because they had an assortment of things. Now you go to Dick's or you go wherever I was. I've been to like 4 or 5 different places. And it's like this really small rack of jerseys. And it's only 2 people. Like,
John, have you heard of a place called Rally House since you've been back?
yes, I've been to Rally House.
Okay.
It still sucks.
Okay.
It doesn't have what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't-
rather pricey.
Yeah, I don't mind the money if, like, my whole thing last time was Nolan Smith jersey. If you could give me a black Nolan Smith jersey, extra large, I won't look at the price tag. I'll buy it and I'll go. I went for the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a Christopher Sanchez jersey for the opening game. Can't find him.
Nowhere to be found.
Doesn't exist.
Mm.
Why wouldn't?
Especially
He was an
doesn't make-
all-star, wasn't he? No,
Yeah,
no, he
exactly.
wasn't an all-star.
He technically
should have been. He
was, but didn't play in the game. I think he was like listed as an all-star, but did not play in the game. But yeah, I mean, 13-5, right? 13-5 this year was really, he stepped up his game after Zach Wheeler gets hurt and out for the year.
Mhm.
And you would think that jersey, I think
He's in this Cy Young conversation.
Yeah.
Why
That's
not?
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. Like,
crazy.
it's just they don't update their stuff fast enough.
No.
No.
Like the whole point of it's a Madden generation.
Mhm.
The whole point it's a generation in which the hottest thing should be the hottest thing,
Mhm.
and these companies haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah. It's the
They
big
just
name.
haven't figured it out. Hot press it. Get a couple out of there. Trust me, you'll sell them, especially in this town.
Yeah.
You will sell them.
Yeah. And especially considering the fact that you have your big name guys, and it's not taking anything away from Harper or Real Muto or Wheeler or Turner. All those guys are great. But yeah, like a Sanchez, somebody that like is so important to that roster, or even Ranger. I would even say Ranger Suarez. When's the last time you saw one of his jerseys out there? You don't. You just don't. It's usually those big
Yeah,
four names.
My son got one and he had to order it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. I have no interest in I'm against the culture of going online and getting
something.
Want.
Yeah.
I want to get it in the wild, man. I want to have it when I
Touch
come
it.
back. I want to prounce. I want to get my Jalen Carter jersey 2 weeks ago and put that thing on and take a couple pictures and be like, look what I bought to my wife. And she's like, damn, that actually looks nice. Like, I want that kind of reaction.
You got to go to CBP. They probably have
That's true.
more selection. Of course, you'll pay $100 more.
Oh.
That's what I mean. And
Or a
then I have to
$30
waste
shirt.
half my day doing it.
Yeah.
And they probably close at 7.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. You're right on the money, Johnny. Yeah.
just drives me nuts.
I hear you. I'm with you on that one. Ah,
I hear you. I have not bought a jersey in a long time because they're just so damn expensive now.
yeah.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
That's the thing. Like, even the Flyers jerseys are minimum $150. Minimum.
Yeah.
And that's without a name.
And that's without a name
Yeah,
on it.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80.
Yeah. I think I got like the ones I've seen on, or the ones I've worn on, of course, the Men in Orange and Black podcast that Steve and I do. I have we're starting a new season on that. But I mean, I have like the revised, I guess you could call it that. Yeah, it's their newer home jersey now. And it was like, I think it set me back like $170, $180. And it's like, it has
Yeah.
the fire strap on it in the back. And I'm thinking like, it's like, it's a arm and a leg now. It's ridiculous. And even now I saw like a Lindros jersey when they went to the Cup final in 97 over at Dick's Sporting Goods. And that was like
Yeah.
$200. And it's like, I remember you could get that off the shelf for like $90 back in the day.
I have one I got for $20 at Modell's.
Yeah.
It was right around the time when they had to trade them.
Oh,
So it was,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you
So I have one
remember
of
that Modell's whole thing where it had basically all the players.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they had all the players. They had,
I think a
They're
good
not very
selection.
fourth line guys.
it
but-
wasn't two guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was, back in there, you would have had Lindros, Leclerc,
Yep.
Recchi,
Yep.
Mhm.
Desjardins,
Yep.
The
Hextall.
goalie.
You would have had
Yeah,
those guys.
Hextall.
would be
Yep.
at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have been a lot easier to find a name than today.
Well, heck,
Right, it's
even
probably like
2 people.
I think I even remember Alex bought a Dinas Zubris jersey. Zubris was out there, wasn't he? Or did he get that?
he had a Dynast Zubris jersey. I can't tell you whether he bought that off the rack or if he had that made.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah,
think-
I
I think he
remember the
had
jersey.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he
Yes.
bought that off the rack and it's like, ooh, that's an interesting find, or something like that. I can't remember either if he had or not, but I know you're right.
Yeah,
he
I
did
don't
have
remember.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
He definitely had it. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't remember the origin
Tune of it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that was I got my Lindros Team Canada jersey
Oh,
off of eBay.
and that's a beaut. Yeah.
Mhm.
That is a beaut. But
Mhm.
this when he had the Zubris jersey, that was we didn't even have a computer that could get on the internet, let alone
Yeah.
know how to work the internet back then. So
Yeah.
he either bought it off the rack, which would be surprising,
Mm.
or he had it custom made at a shop that we used to do up in Hepburn.
Oh, there you go. Like, you don't see those anymore. That's for damn sure. You don't see
Yeah.
any of that.
That would make it more. If they had those shops around, it would make it more. It would make it way
Right.
easier. I just go get who I wanted.
And that kind of brings to mind, Johnny, wasn't there a spot near your place where your parents were years ago where you could take a jersey and they would mock up
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Because I had the Gretzky jersey done. I bought
'Cause
like,
that's what we.
Mhm.
That's what we
That's
used
what we're
to
talking
do.
about.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yeah.
That's what we used to do. We would buy the plain jersey.
Yeah.
And get whatever we wanted on it.
Yeah.
But that's gone too. That's a part of my anger of the whole thing. Like, why was our childhood so much better than the kids now? Like, we could work hard and get what we wanted.
Yeah.
Now it's like you work hard, you get what they give you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We need to bring
The
that
place
back.
we used to go, by the way, is still open. I've been up there. I get my hair cut up that way, and I used to have to drive my son that way for
Nice.
practice.
Nice.
It's still there. I don't know if they still do custom jerseys like they
Oh.
used to, but the place is still there.
Yeah, there was it was a really wonderful lady that was in there, and you could tell her, hey, I want this and I need this and all this. Okay, what about this and that? And you would show her a photo and she knew exactly what to do. She's like,
Tackle
okay, now,
twill, baby.
oh,
Yeah.
Tackle twill.
ain't nothing
Hell yeah.
better. Ain't nothing better. It's like the more authentic it got, the better it was, that kind of a deal. And now it's like, John, you're right on the I can't agree with you more on this whole thing. We could go off with a whole tangent of this, that kind of a deal. But yeah, it's like there's nothing better than wearing something where it's like you feel the lettering, you feel it on your body, all that kind of stuff, and you see the craftsmanship. Ain't nothing better. Ain't nothing better than that. No.
Agreed. All right. Well, speaking of ain't nothing better to ain't nothing worse, we're going to topic one and the government because they ain't working. Well, they
haven't been.
they
working.
never work. Do they ever really work?
Yeah.
I don't think they ever work.
They don't know what a day of work looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so when did this happen? Thursday? Was that?
Yeah, I think
Day
it was
one?
Thursday. Yeah, Thursday of last
Yeah.
year.
So
Mhm.
Thursday was day one of the shutdown.
Dun, dun, dun,
The
dun.
House passed a clean continuing resolution. I had to remember what CR stood for.
Oh,
Yeah.
They passed a clean continuing resolution Wednesday. The Senate, however, did not acquire the 60 votes that were needed to pass it, despite, I think, a couple of defections on the Democrat side, including, I think, Fetterman.
Fetterman? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as of midnight Thursday morning, the government is shut down. I didn't really notice it because the patent office doesn't actually close. They have their own funds that continue for a while. So they continue to be in business, as do, I think, some courts. And so I haven't noticed a thing yet as far as the government shutdown goes. But here we are yet again. I don't remember the last time we had one of these, but it did drag out, I believe, 30 some days.
Something
Was
like that.
the-
Yeah.
It was a while.
Probably happened under Biden. I wouldn't put it past it.
No, it actually, I think it was last time it was under Trump.
Was it under
Yeah,
Trump?
it was under Trump. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, so the big fight apparently is over, well, Republicans will tell you it's because the Democrats want to give money to illegals for health care as part of the budget. And the Democrats say that's a straight lie, even though you can actually read the documents and,
It says
states.
it in the document. Yeah, it literally
says
says
it in
it.
the
in the
Says it in the
document.
document? Great.
And when you remember that states are giving health care to illegals, and so the federal government is reimbursing them for Medicaid for that purpose, yes, then it's time. So
Shocking.
that is the rationale for the current fight. I'll turn it over to Matt first as a lean six guy. You like to flash that badge, buddy.
It's right up here on my. Should probably. throw it back.
I don't know what to make of this, so
Oh.
I'll let you try to make some sense.
Well, it's funny. I was thinking about this today, guys. I'm thinking of, we're getting closer and closer to the 250th anniversary of our great country, and I have to think like back in the day when James Madison and George Washington and John Adams and Jefferson and all the guys were getting together. I can't help but think what they would feel really about the country at the moment, where you have like these continuing resolutions instead of Congress actually doing its job and passing a budget. I mean, that would be amazing if they ever did that. I think this whole thing is it. I remember when the first time it happened, and I'm thinking, oh my God, the government's going to shut down. What does this mean? You know, it's like, because you're expecting the government to work all the time. And then the next day it was like, oh, wait a minute. My life isn't changed any, you know, that kind of a deal. I'm not worried or anything of that sort. Nothing happened to me that was different. I was like, oh, great. Government's not working. Okay. Only the bare essential minimums are working in the government, not the whole government is working. I'm thinking, well, that's great. I just wonder though about the founders, how they would feel about this, and if they had maybe just one, if they had to go back and make an 11th amendment to say, thou shalt pass an amendment, or thou shalt pass a balanced budget every single year, that kind of a deal, and not overspend and all that kind of stuff. That was the first thing that popped into my mind in regards to all of this, because a lot of this is just it's dramatic, but it's terrible drama. It's absolutely off. There's nothing that happens that's like life-threatening or life-changing. It's awful in the fact that it's just like there's nothing. It's just style over substance, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of a deal. John,
and you're monkeying with people who are, you know, they have government jobs, and they're not, now they don't have a job to go to. Like,
right.
You're playing political games in the Capitol to jockey for stupid stuff, which watch the video of, is he Senator Kennedy?
Probably.
From Louisiana.
Ted Kennedy.
Yeah, the greatest human being on the planet. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Watch the video. He runs down a laundry list of things that the Democrats are asking for this to pass.
That's fantastic.
So it's stupid.
Yeah.
But you're holding the American people hostage by doing the shutdown.
Yeah.
And so I think it's frankly ridiculous.
Yeah.
John, I turn it over to you.
Yeah, to your point, absolutely. That's their game. They're holding the American people hostage because nobody loses their job. They don't not get paid. I bet you if there was a part of the amendment was like nobody gets paid until you figure it out, everything would be figured out. It's just ridiculous. When the government shuts down, nothing happens because nothing shuts down. What a paperclip's not going to get approved for the Oval Office? Like that, because that's what the government does. It's a bunch of paperwork.
Valley Forge Park gets shut down, John. You're not able to go into the visitor center to see George Washington on a horse. I mean, come on.
Shocking, but you can still walk in the park.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could still take
Do you really need 9 employees to point at a picture?
Probably not.
But that's been the argument of government bloat for the last 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Do you really need all these things to... It's a free country, correct? So why can't we roam freely in the park? Do we need 87 park rangers to make sure that the bears don't eat us?
Either that or you can't climb on the readouts. I mean, that's the thing, John.
I mean, you need people to maintain order and to keep it clean, you know, because people in general can't be trusted for that kind of
Agree, but I don't think you need the vastness that they have. Like when I was in Texas, we went to Glen Rose National Park. It's the dinosaur park. They had, because we were kind of we were talking with the tour guides and all that, because there's a little bit of tourism to it. They run on a pretty, it's $7 to get it, and they run on a pretty bare minimum run. They got one person in the gift shop, one person selling tickets. They've got someone in charge of their, tours and everything, and then they got people cleaning up. That seemed like that was pretty successful.
Yeah.
$7 to get in for each person, right? Kids are in free. Place ran like a dream.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's still running like a dream, and the government shut down because they're running it efficiently. Do you really need 87 people?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point.
And that's all the government is. It's just bloat. That's all the argument is with the government shrinking down, is that it's gotten so bloated.
Well, and
do we really need these people?
You really lose touch with the American people, I think, is your broader point too, because if you have so much administrative state, let's just say, they can't all of a sudden turn around and say, well, we're really working for you. You're not working for us when you do these things, and you're not working for us when you have 87 people in between us and you, that kind of. So that's the issue here too. On top of that, it's like you lose touch with the American voter. The American voter, ironically, are the bosses. And it isn't until we decide to say, okay, we don't need to have 87 people run our national parks, or we don't need to have 100 people in a Department of Education, or whatever the case may be. You maybe take a look at it differently. And I've been an advocate of this ever since I've heard of it, really since 95, when you had the Republican Revolution happen. They wanted a balanced budget amendment in the Constitution. They just went about it the wrong way. You go about it by actually going back to the people across all 50 states. You hold a constitutional convention. You get 2/3 majority vote of all the states, and you put it in, and therefore you had it done. But they did not do that. Republicans did not do that at all. They kind of they took some internal polling. They found, oh, really, that's not what they wanted. We wanted to make sure that everybody's taken care of. And we kind of fell back on the administrative state again. And it was like, you got to be able to kind of build the momentum politically, but at the same time, you got to know, right? You got to know what's happening with people.
The problem is if the Republicans would actually build the political momentum, they could solve all these problems. But for some reason, it's like 2 steps forward. Oh, I got to stop and argue with the Democrats for 3 weeks and make a mockery of everything.
20 steps backward
again. Then we're gonna make a little bit of because nothing coming out of the right side of the aisle is matching what's coming to the left side of the aisle, because it's all bullshit posturing now. Why not just say why Trump could say this very easy. If you shut down the government, Schumer, which you have no actual power anymore.
No.
If you shut down the government, which Schumer's wielding power he don't have.
Yeah.
If you lead this, what we're going to do is we're going to look into downsizing the government. Every time it shuts down, we're downsizing. And we're going to work really hard against you because we can do that. And if they were threatening with the right things, they could get stuff done.
Yeah.
But no, they're not. They're just like, they want to fund illegals. Right? We can all fucking read. It's not that hard. Like,
right?
We know they're stupid. Why do you keep pointing at them?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what happens when you point at someone calling them stupid? Everybody around you starts realizing you're stupid.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening. And that's the political revolution that needs to happen in a way. Everybody needs to look at both sides and go, you're all dumb. We don't need your help.
You mentioned, if they weren't getting paid when the government was shut down, things might change. I actually disagree with that, because they get paid a pittance compared to their net worth that they somehow build up.
True.
Laundering. They have other streams of income that are coming in, these congressional people.
How dare you say that? No.
Well, representatives get what, 175 grand a year?
Yeah.
Then how do they get to be millionaires? Because that ain't how you build wealth. 175.
Nancy Pelosi's husband is really good at the stock market.
Well, see, this is what you do.
That's my point. You could shut off.
He's actually
you could shut off their congressional income, and still nothing's going to change, because they're making money somehow anyway.
Well,
there was
I agree with that point. I agree with that point, but I mean moving forward, because these old hags are leaving. If they were moving forward. Yes, but if they were moving forward and actually doing things, then that would make a difference.
There was a suggestion I saw from, I think it was Warren Buffett, who said, if the budget doesn't come within 3% of GDP or something like that, then every member of the Congress in power at the time of that is ineligible for re-election.
See, those are quality ideas.
And I do think
that's interesting. Yeah.
Maybe revise that. If there's a government shutdown, the congressional people in power are not eligible for re-election their next cycle. Because I actually saw something earlier today that suggests Schumer is doing this despite the fact that he has complained about shutdowns in the past, because he's afraid he's going to lose his seat in New York for this election cycle. And so that's why he's taking a hard line, because he's got to lean towards those socialist morons in the state above us to maintain his control. And if he didn't go along with this shutdown, the suggestion was, well, he was going to lose his election.
Interesting.
So which he actually still might.
Well, he's
not polling very well.
Yeah. But I think that's the most power you could have, is threaten these people that they can't run again.
Oh yeah.
We talk about term limits all the time being a good idea. Maybe this is kind of a de facto term limit. If you can't do your job and pass a budget in time, and you have to shut the government down because of it, then you don't get to come back. After your next election cycle.
Oh yeah.
Done.
Yeah, you don't get to play. It's the greatest rule in the world. If you can't play well with others in the sandbox, you don't get to play in the sandbox.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right.
We should just run our government like that. Like, if you can't get together and help, get out. We don't want you.
The problem is you need that rule in place, because the general public, and I'll say it again, 50% of the population is dumber than the mean. We don't vote these people out when they screw up like this.
Yes.
That's the problem. We need a hard and fast rule that says, you didn't pass, you didn't do your job, you don't get to come back.
That's what the founders ultimately basically entrusted the people to do. That's the thing. And I think you're exactly right, Steve. The people have to do it, whether it's and if the people want term limits, I'm all in favor of it, that kind of a deal. But until then, you have to convince those that are still, if you're still voting along party lines, like, that's a horrible way to vote, honest to God. You have to look at everybody, and it's a bad idea. Right. You have to look at everybody. What do they bring to the table that not only, mirrors your own voice, but makes the nation better? That's what the founders, I think, are looking for, and what they were all writing about in their Federalist Papers, all that kind of stuff. And especially the Constitution, talking about a more perfect union. It's all about just that kind of a voice, as opposed to just having a career politician in there, or, someone serving in the U.S. Senate until like 100 years old. Strom Thurmond did that before he ultimately passed away. It's like, that's ridiculous. You got to let people, and it's got to be a groundswell from all of this too. People have to do it.
That's the problem. The people in charge don't face consequences when this stuff happens.
Yeah, and they should.
And they should. Yeah. Absolutely. But until we the people can start voting credibly to hold them accountable, I think we need a rule that holds them accountable.
Yeah.
Now, you see here, this is a mutated dinosaur.
Yeah. I thought it was a mutated lizard.
You could look like this if you eat radioactive shrimp coming out of Walmart.
There you go. I thought you were going to say that was the solution to the government shutdown.
I mean, he does breathe fire. I mean, that would be something else, but
I mean, technically, I don't want violence, but I'm just saying, if Godzilla ate the Senate, the Congress, everybody in the White House, the FBI, the Department of War, let's just say he ate everybody, wouldn't we have to all get together and figure out who replaces them?
Well, then we'd have to get rid of Godzilla.
Godzilla's in charge.
He's our mascot now. We just knocked down the Statue of Liberty, and he can stand there.
Can you imagine? Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. He's breathing fire.
They won't give us the bullshit anymore.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna let him out.
No.
All right.
Just thinking outside the box here.
Yeah. That's little too outside the box. We're trying to be grounded here on this program, John. I don't know,
I offered an election. It's not like I'm the Venezuelan president.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, John, as Venezuelan president, is going to drive on topic 2 because he came in hot in pre-production, wanted to talk about this.
Yes.
If you've been living under a rock in Philadelphia area, you know there was some controversy this last week with a cryptic A.J. Brown. Was it a tweet? I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, it was a tweet.
There's a tweet.
Misquoted scripture, which was always great.
Quoting scripture is good unless you're quoting it in a way that makes it sound weird.
Misquoting.
But of course, because it's Philadelphia and Philadelphia sports media is the worst, it blew up into something that shouldn't have. And so they were forced to talk about it for days and days and days. And it turns out A.J. Brown doesn't want to go anywhere. He still likes it here. He just wishes the offense could run a little more smoothly, which we all wish the offense could run a little more smoothly.
Right?
It is what it is. But John, who is back in the area, heading back poignantly, has been stupidly partaking in talk radio in his time back here. And I have to ask why. And what do you want to complain about, sir?
Well, first of all, we gotta give.
I like to listen to people talk, and I don't have in the truck that I'm driving right now. Thank you for work for giving me a ride back and forth to work until I move back permanently.
There you go.
I don't have the things that I could put the podcast on and listen to alien shit that I want to or stuff like that. So obviously I turned the dial, but I found it interesting and I wanted to bring it up to you guys. I don't think it's bad sports media. I think the sports media in Philadelphia got so bad, they've reverted back to high school girls. They hired a bunch of these guys that used to play the game.
Okay.
And I always thought that would be really cool. You got Ike Reese, you got, all these people where they could bring like really cool things like, hey, look at those play designs on those shovel passes to Dallas Goedert. That's like the way we want this offense to run. No, they all just decided to go into the locker room and go, A.J. Brown's talking to another girl. He's ugly. And that's what they do. Like, I don't know how many times I heard Joe DeCamera, whatever his name is, a caller would make a point to the point you just made, and he'd go, well, AJ's like this. What the fuck does that have to do with the point the guy just made?
Yeah.
The guy's saying that he's pissed at the offense like everybody else. Well, he's done it before. That's their whole thing. They ran this thing into the ground just by being like, she's fat. And they get ratings from it. It's fucking hilarious. And these puffed up athletes that never did what they were supposed to do are just partaking in it, and it just makes it look so foolish. It's ridiculous. Ike Reese is now on the side of AJ's fat and nobody likes him. Like, defend the guy. Like, but back when, at least when, sports radio was bigger when we were growing up, you would get an argument. And you would get like, you're stupid, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. We argue back and forth.
Is that what we called it back then?
No, now they're just like, yeah, he's right. AJ's bloated and nobody likes him. Nobody likes him in the locker room. He's a cancer. He's not a TO cancer. That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
They just want TO Gate all over again. And what they're going to do is they're going to try to cause it.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the Eagles for not allowing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
the Eagles won't allow it. They won't talk about it. It's driving them nuts.
They squelched that real quick. I mean, AJ let it linger, but you notice it took 2 days, and they talked about it. Jalen, Nick Sirianni, Saquon, I'm sure, was probably talking about it. They're probably having all their team meetings. What can we do to move the football faster, better? have these explosive plays instead of these dink and dunks. Like you guys were saying to me in pre-production this week that AJ, all he was running was hitch routes.
Yep.
And I'm sorry.
Half, yeah.
Yeah, like in the second half. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm sorry. Kellen Moore would have had that guy going on post routes, go routes, stretching the field on purpose because AJ, I don't know if you know this. I'm just putting it out there. AJ is 6'2", I think, something like that. He's like 250 pounds of muscle. And if you give the guy the football down the field, no one's going to tackle this guy. And he wants the football. And I'm all in favor of this. I mean, he is a good receiver, excellent receiver, probably the best they're going to ever have in their history. And that's coming from someone that loved Harold Carmichael way back in the day, and Mike Quick, too. He's probably going to be their best receiver when it's all said and done. John, to your point, though, about Philly sports media, correct me if I'm wrong, though. Back in the 90s when Angelo and Howard Eskin and that clown Mike Missinelli, they didn't offer arguments, bud. They didn't offer any arguments whatsoever. No, they were there just to poke the bear.
Well, they started this whole downtrend, those guys. I mean, even before that, when the writers were starting to move in to the radio, when it was more of a conversation.
Yeah. Now, I would love...
I'm not talking about the Angelos and those because they caused what we have now.
Exactly.
A bunch of whiny bitches.
Yeah.
And we don't know
after those programs, usually later in the day, you would have more level-headed hosts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
The thing, though, that I would love to see more of, though, John, to your point, is a lot of these, like, the ex-ball players, right? So you got your Ike Reeses, your now Jason Avants, and your Barrett Brookses.
Who I think does a really good job.
Jason Avant is amazing. I hope he stays.
Well, because he's willing to argue the point of a football player.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of it being.
Whereas you see Barrett is like his brain is going 1,000,000 miles an hour, but his mouth only moves at 5 miles an hour. Like he can't process exactly what's going on in his mind quickly. Like he's been taught probably by those folks down there to kind of get your point out quick. And he can't right now. He just hasn't been able to do that over the course of, I don't know, how long has he been with them? Like probably 8 or 9 years. And it's like, people have been, but I would love to see him do like, when he does like his baritone breakdowns, it's the greatest thing because you see the football playing. He's talking about how someone's pulling a guard over here, blocking this guy.
But he's had time to prepare that. You're right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, that's what I want out of him.
Yeah, that's what I want to see out of the media if you're going to have one of these former players. I understand it's about listening, but I bet you and I'm not talking about all sports because trust me, it's worse all over the country. Like it's not as bad as it's here. It's worse.
It's worse. It is. Yeah.
In Dallas, all you get is, "How about them Cowboys? We're winning the Super Bowl," and then they suck, and then that's pretty much your show. And
circle of life, and over again.
But yeah, it just happens over and over again. But I would like to see a little bit more just the Eagles' job is to do what the Eagles did. They have a problem, they try to fix it, they move on. If they did that, I think more people would be, they want to be the Monday morning quarterback. They want to hear the breakdown of what someone thinks about instead of this like weird snooty thing that like literally reminded me of my friends, the girls that I used to hang out in high school. That's exactly what they reminded me of. If you were talking to a girl that wasn't in that circle, that girl was fat, ugly, and stupid all day. And that's how they were like.
Welcome to high school.
In your ear constantly. You
right.
know? Yeah, she eats Twinkies. And it's like, shut up. Like, go away.
Well, Steve, I mean, there's no better harbinger of what's going on with Phillies talk radio than you just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And a month later, you're debating whether your quarterback is like...
Is he really legit?
Is a good quarterback. He was the Super Bowl MVP, for God's sake.
And could have been. What? Could have been in 57, too, against Mahomes.
He could have absolutely.
Yeah, he should have been, to be perfectly honest.
Why are we having these conversations? Yeah. Why are we having these conversations?
I'm convinced.
It's ridiculous.
I'm convinced. I don't want to put any pressure on the kid, but I think he's the Michael Jordan of this generation, of this quarterback. I will make that argument. The way Jalen plays, the way he conducts himself reminds me so much of Jordan. The mannerisms, the mentality, the way he plays at the biggest games on the biggest stage.
I don't know if I go that far.
I don't give you that, but my own, I don't really have a thought about Jalen other than I want to see him win 4 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
And when he retires, he goes and leaves.
And walks away.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and then people will be like, well, was he the greatest of all time?
Media, I'm retiring.
Yeah. And people will then argue, well, what was the greatest of all time? What the hell? I don't know. Oh, yeah, you just won multiple rings, all that kind of stuff. You never know. But
I love the way he conducts himself.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way that he's leading the team overall, too, with the whole idea with this A.J. Brown thing. They're buddies. They've gotten together for years outside of football. You don't think they had conversations? Hey, get me to football. Totally get it, right? I mean, we've all played on teams like that where you want to get it to your best player. You want to get it to your top scorer if you're playing roller hockey or whatever.
Yeah, but also sometimes you can't.
Right.
But yet the media won't talk about that. You know what I didn't hear the whole time of the last couple of weeks? The defenses that we played. Instead of just going, wow, man, we had a run there with a couple good defenses. Could that be a part of our problem? No, it's AJ doesn't like Jalen. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
Right. And that's not true at all.
To do with their quarterbacks out there. It's almost like they act like the other team doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right on the money on that. Yeah.
Now, I don't agree, and I didn't like that it seemed like they were trying to force it to AJ in that second half. I thought that was getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that was also part of the play calling because they were all hitch routes, and Tampa Bay was just like, okay, you're going to hitch routes? We're just going to sit on it.
Yeah.
And they know how to play that.
Yeah, especially at Tampa, too. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're getting off topic here because this was supposed to be about Philly sports media sucking. And Joe DeCamera, I'm glad you brought him up because I used to think he was a decent one.
Me too.
But I feel like his brain melted somewhere along the way. And maybe it's from being too close to Joe Giglio because he's the dumbest one of them all.
Yeah.
I mean, he has takes. He has takes that I swear to God, I don't listen to him either, but they post things on like social media where it's like Joe Giglio says this, and you're like, he can't possibly believe that.
Yeah. He
must only be saying that so he gets reaction because there is no way anyone would ever believe it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what 95% of it is they just want reactions. They just want to they're just trying to make something out of nothing. Yeah. When I think they would survive, especially in this town that has 2 FM sports stations because we like sports.
Yeah.
If you actually just talk sports, you probably get better ratings.
I've often wondered, is it an act that they're just doing this to gaslight people?
It wouldn't surprise
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think. Totally. That's my end synopsis of the whole thing is, and it sounds so forced when you have the ability to do something else and you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you're getting a reaction.
Yeah. Intentionally. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have noticed that so far you've only taken 1 sip of that Duff.
You haven't been paying attention. I'm like down to.
Look at you
around here.
Look at that
on the Duff.
All right.
And I actually have to say it's really not bad.
Okay.
And the fact that it only has.
What was it?
Give me a second. I have to put on my glasses to make it.
I think you said 4 grams of sugar.
4 grams of sugar?
4 grams of sugar.
Wow.
Only 4 grams of sugar in it, whereas a regular can of soda would be like 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
To say, that ain't bad.
That's very good. That's very good. I did not notice
see if
that.
I can find more of this.
Yeah. That's fantastic. You gave it a shot. That's wonderful.
And only 20 calories, too.
Look at you.
There you go. Look at that.
My DDPY exercise this morning was not for naught.
Hey, maybe you and I have to get to do. You have to send that to me, because I've been kind of getting a little, north of the pounds.
Fat and lazy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Pete Hegseth is going to kick you out of the military.
Right? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Matt just had to check his mailbox. Pete Hegseth has already kicked him out.
Oh yeah, I would have been gone a long time ago. Yeah.
Well, if Pete Hegseth is going to kick you out of the military, you want to visit our website, twonoobstalking.wordpress.com. There you will not find the exercises needed to save you. However, you will find old episodes of Two Noobs Talking going all the way back to 140. We can see all of our shenanigans and silliness. Goozits. If you want to see something before that, in the ancient times, it will take you to our YouTube channel, where we need you to like, share, and subscribe. Glenn is on a 2-episode streak of commenting.
Glenn,
so
man.
We appreciate that. We need more comments.
He'll be Cal Ripken by no time.
One comment for every
stature and commenting.
Then he'll retire. Then walk away after 2,630.
Glenn might be just as good of a baseball player as him.
Will you stop
what
it?
Is that?
I don't know if that's a dig at
What is this hit?
or a dig at Glenn.
All right, before you continue with the promo here, Steve. All right, what is this hatred of Cal Ripken Jr. all of a sudden out of you?
Damn, bro.
Like, what's going on there?
I'm sorry, Matt. I gotta play the first inning and I'm gonna sit out the rest. But I'm counting it as a game.
Oh,
John
goodness.
is just being harsh.
Matt,
Anyway.
I'm gonna take a limpet. I'm gonna show up just for the first topic. I'm leaving. I'm gonna do that for 350 episodes, and then
Call it a career.
Get to 500. I'm gonna celebrate, and I'm gonna spike the football and be like, "I did 500 episodes." No, I didn't.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
my bro.
Anywho, back to the website. There's a thing on the homepage, a little box. You put your email address in there. You hit subscribe. You will be notified every time I remember to upload a new episode to the website. Ooh, is that a...
That is right
Matt's
there.
got an email on his phone right there.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your personal information. And we'll be hacking immediately.
Right? Oh, goodness.
All right, topic 3. Okay. Speaking of Barrett Brooks, he just showed up on my TV because the Flyers game's over. Let's see. Yeah, topic 3.
What the hell is he doing? For the Phillies?
He's being a narcissist, Lex Luger. Huh?
You're off till tomorrow.
All right, if we're going to get that out of our system, Chuck Schumer, narcissist
Lex Luger, too.
There you go.
Joe DeCamara, narcissist Lex Luger.
3.
All right, maybe
Elliot Shore
Team
Parks.
Jeffries.
Elliot Shore Parks, 4, right? They could
yeah.
throw him in there. Yeah. Okay.
Why not? All right, topic 3, BBC article. Miguel Angel Gongora Mesa, founder and director of Evolution Treks Peru, was in a rural Peruvian town preparing for a trek through the Andes when he overheard a curious conversation. 2 unaccompanied tourists were chatting amicably about their plans to hike alone in the mountains to the, quote, sacred canyon of Huminte. They showed me the screenshot, confidently written and full of vivid adjectives, but it was not true. There is no sacred canyon of Huminte, said Gongora Mesa. The name is a combination of 2 places that have no relation to the description. The tourist paid nearly $160 in order to get to a rural road in the environs of Molehills without a guide or a destination.
Oh.
What's more, Gongora Mesa insisted that this seemingly innocent mistake could have cost these travelers their lives. This sort of misinformation is perilous in Peru, he explained. The elevation, climactic changes, and accessibility of paths have to be planned. When you use a program like ChatGPT, which combines pictures and names to create a fantasy, then you can find yourself at an altitude of 4,000 meters without oxygen and phone signal.
Oh, boy.
There's another story in this article from Dana Yao and her husband who planned a romantic hike to the top of Mount Misen in Japan. ChatGPT said the last ropeway down was at 5:30. But in reality, the ropeway had already closed, so we were stuck at the mountaintop, they said.
Oh, no.
According to Rayed Ghani, a distinguished professor in machine learning at Carnegie Mellon, so we're actually getting the straight poop.
There you go.
While programs like ChatGPT may seem to be giving you rational, useful advice, the way it gets this information means you can never be completely sure when it's telling you the truth. It doesn't know the difference between travel advice, directions, or recipes, he said. It just knows words. So it keeps spitting out words that make whatever it's telling you sound realistic. And that's where a lot of the underlying issues come from. So, Matt, when are you going on your ChatGPT planned holiday vacation?
To humanity, right? Yeah, never. That's why I always kind of, whenever I plan a vacation, when I did my Washington trip, the only thing I wanted to do was go down by train, went down and off of Union Station, what's the closest hotel? And luckily it was right around the corner. And I had my dad to thank for that. So, Dad, thank you for doing that. I asked a live person, where would you stay in Washington, D.C.? And he told me. And it was
GPT.
Exactly. Dad GPT, right. That kind of a deal. So, yeah, again, it kind of goes back to what we've been saying before, which I'm glad I kind of lifted the ban on artificial intelligence, because it was getting a little bit annoying that we're constantly finding these things. But now it seems like it just doesn't stop. This technology just continues to mislead, misdirect. And it's like, what are we doing here with this? Like, I mean, I get the idea of the speed and the quickness and, the vapid responses that it gives, but sometimes you got to double check to make sure that, that your searches are good. And if we're getting to a point where we're like, we're using it on our vacations and we're going some places that doesn't exist. I mean, thank God that person overheard that conversation and stopped those two, right? I mean, that would have been amazingly, it could have gone horrible, really, amazingly bad.
Oh, have you ever seen a picture of Peru? I mean, it looks like it would be a dangerous place to go hiking where you don't know where you're going.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, Machu Picchu is like a beautiful spot, but at the same time, it's also it's up there. You got to make sure. And that was the same thing with the Grand Canyon when I went years ago. They were telling us, you got to make sure, because it's a mile down. That's a long, long way. And, especially if you're trying to come back up, it's like, you got to make sure you have water. If you don't, you're in trouble. You're in big time trouble. So
absolutely.
Yeah. John,
you do a lot of traveling, or you used to anyway, before in your career.
Yes, I'm actually
sure you never relied on it.
I'm trying my my way to from my address to a rare place in Japan. Seems to be doing okay.
Okay.
I did ask it though, and I know these people didn't. I asked if all the locations they were giving me was real. And it responded with, yes, every single one of these places are 100% real, and they're all located in Japan.
How about that?
Well, you can't trust that either, because I've heard that.
Well, I'm gonna now ask them if they're. Are you sure?
What's the response?
Hold on. This is real life here.
Well, we're waiting.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I know it's real time. Hold on. Yes, absolutely sure. Oh, it's giving me all the coordinates just to do on a map, just in case I don't believe it.
Interesting. Okay.
Unfortunately, the coordinates lead you to the South Indian Ocean.
Yes, I'll have to check that out.
Oh, goodness.
I actually have a really funny story about computer, not just AI, but Google Maps in general. I was scheduling a job in Florida for a customer, and the operations manager sent me over the location for it. And of course, I have to find out where it is before I can find the person that's gonna do it, right? Mm-hmm. I clicked on the Google link, and it sent me to somewhere in Africa. And I reread the address, and I was like, no, that says Florida. That's in Orlando. Like no, that's all right. That's American, like everything. That seems normal. Oh. Let me click it again. Took me to Africa again.
Oh, goodness.
So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing with these computers at this point, but
scary.
If that literally could happen, just Google Maps doing that. Mm-hmm. And that is a map program. Could you imagine with ChatGPT getting a little tired of you because you're talking to it for 13 hours? It's just like, go here.
Yeah. I told you guys before. I had a Garmin, GPS.
Oh yeah.
Devices.
Yeah.
And if I tried to go to the zoo, it would take me a different way than my other Garmin would. My other Garmin would take me the way that I normally go down.
Interesting.
This would be like, no, you're going through the horrible parts of North Philly to get to this.
Because it's faster. Because it's faster.
This software update doesn't compute to me. Come on, it's like
program this thing,
right?
Well, so the one thing I do want to raise in the article, Ghani, the Carnegie Mellon professor, does suggest to be specific as possible in your queries, and verify absolutely everything. However, he acknowledges the unique problem travel poses to this method, as travelers are often asking about destinations they're unfamiliar with. But if an AI tool gives you a travel suggestion that sounds a little too perfect, double check it. In the end, Ghani says the time spent verifying AI information can in some cases make the process just as laborious as asking Matt's dad. So
that's right. That's right.
It's not going to be any faster putting it through ChatGPT than doing the actual research yourself.
Yeah. That's a good, I'm glad you, with that, Steve, that was very good that you added that, because that's so important. You have to make sure that everything, I love it, especially the fact that if it sounds too good to be true, double check. That kind of a deal. That's really helpful and sage advice for sure.
All right, as I'm slowly wrapping up my Duff à l'orange, we go to topic 4. Matt is doing some blind rankings. He's going to try to trick us into saying stupid things. Because that's how I operated when I was doing blind rankings. I was trying to get you guys to do something dumb.
I'll do my very best here. But this is, I was kind of thinking like, okay, what would be really good blind rankings for both of you? Both, you're obviously very passionate sports fans and other things as well. And I think I'm going to go, Steve, with you first.
Okie dokie.
Being the Godzilla fan that you are.
Woo. Oh, God. Okay.
Where would you put in a blind ranking system? This is 1 to 5, by the way.
1 to 5.
So one being your best, 5 being your worst. Godzilla versus Mothra. That was directed by Ishiro Honda in 1964.
So 64.
Yeah. Godzilla versus Mothra.
That was a good one.
I would say there are no wrong answers, but there are going to be wrong.
Oh, there's absolutely wrong answers. That's what I'm worried about. I'm afraid you're going to do like Son of Godzilla last, which shouldn't even drop in the top 5. I'm going to put Godzilla vs. Mothra was a good one. That was the first iteration of that suit, I believe. And I'll put that at a 3.
Oh, okay.
Start that off.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
I'm sure this list is I'm going to be very hateful about this list.
Then we'll go to the next one here. King Kong versus Godzilla. It was directed by Tom Montgomery and Ishiro Honda in 1962. King Kong v. Godzilla, 1962.
So it actually, I believe, it wasn't even supposed to be King Kong initially. It was supposed to be one of them was supposed to fight Frankenstein. It was actually the original idea for the
Is that
movie.
right? He was gonna fight Frankenstein?
Yes, it was either Godzilla versus Frankenstein or King Kong versus Frankenstein. And at the last minute, they're like, "That's dumb. Let's get
King Kong and Godzilla against each other." Yeah.
I mean, there's some classic stuff in there, like when Kong shoves a tree down Godzilla's mouth. And I like that one better than Godzilla versus Mothra, so I'll put that at 2.
Oh, you put that at 2. Fascinating. Okay. I think we could probably eliminate this one out of the way. Godzilla, directed by Roland Emmerich, 1998.
Okay, thank God I saved 5. That goes at 5. That's not Godzilla.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. That was an absolutely awful
That was an overstuffed iguana.
Yeah.
Who died from a helicopter missile.
But now
this guy does not die.
Yeah, does not die. But now we run into a problem because you have 4 and 1 available.
Yes.
And you have, and I'll just tell you the 2 movies. Godzilla.
No, that's not how this works.
Oh, okay.
Not how this works.
Next one is Godzilla, directed by Yashiro Honda, 1954.
This one.
Yes.
I will put that at 1.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's the OG.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple movies that in real life I would put above that, but I don't know if you're going to throw that one at me next. So.
Yeah, the last one is Godzilla -1, the one that came out a couple years ago. Takahashi Yamazaki, 2023. You put 4th. Congratulations.
Damn it. See, I knew you were going to screw me. This probably still would have been 1, but that one would have been 2.
Yeah.
So I would have kicked down King Kong and Mothra.
Okay.
One spot.
So would you have put? Because you have Mothra 3. Is that right? Do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
And no. I would have moved. Yeah, that one would have go to 4. King Kong versus Godzilla.
So it would be 3. Okay. Very good. All right. But that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. I mean,
you didn't wait till the end to throw 98 Godzilla out.
That's true. Yeah. Well, that's right. Kind of. Yeah. Exactly.
And I left 5 open.
That's right. All right, John. This one's coming to you. Now, I know how much of a huge wrestling fan you are, and particularly over the last, I would say, 15. You've kind of had a reinvigoration of love for wrestling in the last 10 years, right? I mean, a couple of guys you've mentioned in the
Hulk
past.
Hogan ruined it, and then and then other people,
right?
Yeah, and then other people came up.
I want to give you the best from 1 to 5. Your best workers in the ring, not babyface heel, but the best workers in the ring.
Not persona, guys in the ring.
Guys in the ring. So your first,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So your first one is Sami Zayn. Where would you put him?
He's an easy 3.
An easy 3. Okay. All right.
Yeah. He's an easy 3.
What about Cody Rhodes?
He's 5.
Really?
You're not going to give anybody worse than him.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Giant Gonzalez.
Exactly. I actually think the Giant Gonzalez had more moves.
Wow. I don't even know Cody Rhodes guy. Damn.
This is the current Universal Champion here that he's bashing. Wow,
Cody's character's cool.
That's really funny. All right. Kevin Owens.
I'll put him 2. He's better than Zayn.
Okay.
He's better. They're linked together, so.
So then Seth Rollins would be
1.
Would be 1. Okay. And then the last one that I had on the list that would be 4 would be Randy Orton.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that.
You're perfectly fine with that. Okay.
Wow.
I'm perfectly fine with that list.
Okay.
Because I think Randy WWE style is probably the best WWE guy, but I have 3 Ring of Honor guys, 3 guys that have done it, that are probably my favorite of the in-ring workers. Yep. And then Randy's my WWE guy, and then Cody probably should have just sat this one out.
I'm actually surprised. I didn't think that you would rank Cody so low of the 5 there. But I felt like all 5 were pretty good.
He's definitely below Randy no matter what. So.
Yeah. All right, Steve, back over to you.
Okey-dokey.
This, of course, Red October, despite the fact that you didn't see a red shirt underneath me here. This is Red October, and go Phillies. But I wanted to kind of get your best Phillies postseason moments, and we're dating this all the way back to like 2007 when the golden era of Phillies baseball came into being here.
Okay, so 93 is excluded.
And 93 is excluded here. We're talking from like 2007 onwards here.
All right.
Your first moment, Matt Stairs hitting the home run in Dodger Stadium off Jonathan Broxton in the NLCS to destroy the Dodgers' hopes. I mean, it was fantastic.
It still hasn't landed.
Still hasn't landed, by the way.
Still has not landed.
Yeah.
Still has not.
Oh, that's a good one. I missed it because I went to bed because,
it
started at LA time, which is
ridiculous. Yeah.
His quote was better than the actual home run, but still.
I'm going to put that at... I'm going to put it at 4.
Oh, okay. All right. That's pretty good.
I'm concerned about what might be coming, and I feel like it should be higher.
How about John's boy, Jimmy Rollins, what I consider to be the best hit of all time. The game-winning double that he hit off Broxton in the 2009 NLCS. It was Game 4. But Phillies down 4-3. They got a couple runners on. He hits a beautiful ball right back up the middle into the gap, right center field gap. Place going nuts. Ruiz comes around third and scores the game winner.
Stairs was still better.
Stairs. Okay, so you're saying that's a 5.
I'll put that at 5.
Okay.
A home run always beats a double.
A double.
Come on.
Yeah.
I still like the gap in the middle. I mean,
especially when you smack the crap out of it.
That's very true.
Freaking
unless it was
foot-long bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it was a game-winning double, you know, where you score 2 runs or something like that.
No, the home run's still better.
Yeah.
No, his was only Game 4. Like, he didn't win a series. He wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't win the series. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I still think, from a dramatic moment, down 1, you know, big playoff game, you know, if you lose, he doesn't put the ball in play, that series is tied at 2, and you don't know what's going to happen. But the fact that they put the nail in the coffin again of the Dodgers, it was awesome.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. That was a great moment and very important.
Yeah.
But I still would take the stairs thing because
all right,
it also ended in a World Series.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
All right, so you have 3 left, top 3. JT Real Muto hitting the inside the park home run. It was against the Braves. National League Division Series. I believe Game 1 or something along those lines. But of course, like he hits it right off the top of Monty's angle and rolls away from Michael Harris. And Real Muto can run for days, and he's sprinting around the bases and scores a huge run. Where was JT?
I was coaching my son's team at the time, and we were watching it in the locker room. Somebody had it on their phone, so we're like, "Oh wow, out inside the park." I'll put that at 3.
Okay. So this is interesting here. I've got 2 left.
I know you screwed me.
Brad Lidge's strikeout to win the 2008 World Series.
Oh, that's 1. It's absolutely 1.
Yeah. So then the last one was Bryce Harper's homer in the 2022 NLCS Game 5. 8th inning off. I forget who's the name of the pitcher. San Diego.
It doesn't matter.
The opposite field over.
It doesn't matter who it was.
I think that's a perfect list.
That's pretty good.
I think you nailed that.
Yeah, you have. Go ahead.
I think I would have put Stairs, knowing what you had, probably would have put Stairs 2.
Oh, okay.
And bump. Real Muto probably would have been 5.
Okay.
Because it wasn't as important.
Yeah.
Right. Stairs was huge.
Yep.
In LA, Harper hitting the home run was big. And then 4 was, what was the other one?
4.
Rollins.
Yeah, Rollins game-winning double.
Yeah. So I think I would have reordered it that way.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And I got what should have been number 1 out of that group.
100%. Yeah.
Exactly.
Village with the strikeout. Yeah. That's still one of the best strikeouts because it was fastball, slider, and he had no chance. No chance.
Oh, he looked so he
just like, okay, I gave up.
That was a give up swing.
It was wonderful.
I got sad news. That puzzle that I have in the background of the podcast at home.
Yeah.
That will not be making the trip.
No.
It is so brittle that we can't. My wife's not even taking it off the wall right now. She's waiting for like the last thing to do to see if she can save it. Because
oh boy,
it's not doing good.
We will find a way to get that on the podcast, Johnny. Well, if you can't get that across, from Texas to Philly, we'll make sure we get it in there for you for sure.
Laminate that shit.
All right, John.
It's already Mod Pod's laminated and ready. It's just so old.
Yeah.
That it can't survive anymore.
That's so funny. All right, Johnny.
It'll see the sun. It'll wither.
I've got your final blind rankings here, bud. And now, since you're probably the bigger Eagles fan out of all 3 of us, I want to see what.
But
it's right up there. I mean, I would say you're pretty high up there of the 3 of us.
More than Matt, I would say.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm a bigger football fan, like a pure football fan. I watch a lot of football.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So these plays are from the Eagles from 2010 forward, just to give you an idea.
If
we're
I
gonna
can remember any of those teams.
So Deshaun Jackson's got to be in there then.
we're gonna start with LaShawn
Mike
McCoy.
Vick, number 1.
We're gonna start with LaShawn McCoy running through the snow against Detroit in one of his.
I love that one. That's one of my
the
favorites.
snow game, the
That's
big
one of my
snow game in
favorites of all
2012.
time.
Yep. What do you think?
I'm gonna put that 3 because if one of the Saquon ones is on it, and then
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I'll put that at 3.
You're gonna put that at 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case any of the Saquon runs from last year are on it.
Here's one that I know Steve will appreciate, and I think Glenn will appreciate too. The James Willis interception to Troy Vincent lateral return for a touchdown against Dallas way back in that was 96. That's right. Threw that in there.
I was going to say.
That's right. I threw that in there. But I thought it was 2010 too. I just saw it.
Story. Funny story. I broke my foot during that play.
Did you? Jumping up and down.
So in my parents' house, they had a treadmill, and as I jumped out of the living room into the other room that had it, I kicked with no shoes on.
Oh no!
And broke my foot.
Oh no! So where'd you put that?
That play.
Where would you put that one?
I'll put that 4.
Put that 4.
It's not my favorite defensive moment ever, but it's absolutely up there in Eagles' place.
Okay.
Would you rank it higher, just out of curiosity? Would you rank it higher than 4th and 1?
Oh, the 4th and 1 down. Yeah, the double stop.
Probably not. Probably not.
Just
because of the call. Just because the call and the balls of the Eagles defense and the fact that the Cowboys were so stupid to call the exact same play, like that's just all encompassing.
I'm sorry, Glenn. I had nothing to do with this. I'm just saying. I had nothing to do with this.
I mean, Glenn knows how dumb that was. I believe we talked about it.
I mean, you think about it now.
Yeah.
You run the tush push.
Yeah. Right. I mean, back then.
Come on, don't tell me that wasn't going through your head 4th and 1 with the Rams on Thursday night. Trying to decide, kick the field goal to stay tied or try to go for the first down.
Yeah.
It was 4th and 1. You know what we were doing.
Oh yeah, exactly. Everybody was going. All right, John. I think you might be in a little bit of a bind here, but I think you might be able to weasel your way out of this here. The dagger. Jalen Hurts, the Devontae Smith touchdown pass in Super Bowl 59. Otherwise known as the dagger.
What do I have open? Yeah.
You have 1, 2, or 5 left in your blind ranking. 1, 2, or 5.
1, 2, or 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think every other play in the Super Bowl was more important than that one.
Okay.
I think that was more for the media, so I'll put that at 5.
You'll put that at 5. Okay.
We already beat their ass. Like that play is just a generic throw up. Like it wasn't, and the only reason they call it that is because of the play-by-play guy was on point.
Yeah. And I mean, Jalen obviously referred to it.
Well, they're going to run it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess not. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that right there.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't. I mean, the game was in hand at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's good.
Throw that out there.
That's good. So you got 2 plays left, both in your top 2.
Mm-hmm.
The Deshaun Jackson punt return against the Giants, Miracle of the Meadowlands 2 or 3. Might be 3. I can't remember.
Part 2.
But
I thought it was 2.
Yeah. Might be 2. Yeah. Definitely the new Meadowlands, that dump. But you make all the way back from.
I'll regret it. I'll put it to depending on what play is next. It's 1 or 2. So I'll put it at 2 and see what I.
If it's not Philly special or the Brandon Graham strip sack, then it should
exactly. So I'll put it. Yeah, I'll put it at 2.
Spot
just because I'm hoping I get one or the other.
Yeah, spot on. You guys read it. The Philly special is the last play.
Yeah, that's number 1. That's the greatest play in Eagles history.
Yeah.
Even
though that was the first half, that was the amazing thing about that play was at the end, near the end of the first half, they ran that play. But it was so crucial for them to do it on 4th and goal at the 1.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a classic Doug Peterson moment. Do you go for it or do you kick the field goal and be a coward? And he didn't do it. I mean, he had, Nick Foles really called it. Nick Foles was like, let's run this. Come on. Change the course.
Well, that's the thing. To have the balls in the Super Bowl on 4th down, to run that play against Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Yeah.
At the end of a half, knowing you're going to need to put up points.
Yeah.
That's what makes that play so amazing. Because I think I've said before, my reaction was like, oh, God, they're going for it. And then they snapped the ball to Clement. And I'm like, oh, God, what are they doing? Because I'm thinking like the back when we had Vince Young and the Dream Team.
Yeah.
We snapped it. What was the guy who used to run for the Dolphins? I'm like, what are they doing?
Oh,
and then
Brown.
To watch that all unfold was like, oh my God,
yeah.
they did it. Holy crap.
Yeah, we had the exact same reaction here when that play happened. It was like, it's something you'd never forget. It's like, oh my gosh, what on earth did they pull off? And they pulled it off. It's like, you just never see that out of an Eagles squad. But now, 2 times Super Bowl
after that play, the bar I was in Dallas, which was weird because there were Patriots fans there, and I was the lone Eagles fan. As soon as that play happened, they all left for the night.
Of course, you'll hear some people will still whine and moan and complain that Alshon wasn't on the line, even though there were 7 men on the line of scrimmage and it was a legitimate play.
And he checked with the ref.
Glenn.
Yep.
Wait, can I? Well, I didn't put my glasses on.
Glenn. But it was a legitimate. It was a legit play. They didn't flag it. Otherwise, they would have thrown the flag immediately upon snap of the football, and they didn't. So it was a legit play. There you go. Steve, I give it.
How do you feel about that list, John?
What do you think?
I don't feel great about it. I probably juggle some things around. Shady might go down a little bit. Maybe the dagger moves up a little bit more now knowing that. But
yeah, the James Willis interception in there too. So that was kind of like, I just think because
that probably goes 3, and then LaShawn would probably go 5, and then the dagger would go 4.
4, okay. Well, you like Deshaun,
but the top 2 are the top 2.
Yeah, you like Deshaun's punt return and the Philly special. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, the greatest part about
play in Eagles history until then.
Yeah.
The greatest thing about Deshaun's return was Tom Coughlin immediately going to the punter and saying, "I told you to kick it out."
What are you doing? What are you doing?
That was the greatest part is that it murdered the Giants at the same time, which was,
Yeah,
incredible.
the Giants have not been the same since.
It was the greatest play until.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. It's just they did win the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right, in 2011. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But it was funny. All right, and as my Duff a l'Orange is now empty, that brings episode 260 of Two Noobs Talking to a close. Next week, unfortunately, I don't think I will have a Duff. But we'll see what I do have. Probably just a bottle of water, because that's just who I am. But until then, get out.